Yo, what is up, guys? Dog here. I'm back with another commentary. Actually, I guess this is my first video on the channel, so I really want to explain basic tips on how to get better at Halo for you guys and hope you guys get better at the game. And I'm going to start with the most basic tip in Halo, in my opinion. The most basic concepts in Halo to get you started, that'll motivate you to actually get better at the game. Because no one, let's be honest, really, no one wants to be bad at the game they play. Everyone, wants to be the best they can be. Everyone wants to, win the game. And that's the objective of the game. So, I really feel like getting good at a game, it will make you enjoy it a lot more. Not necessarily saying like everyone who's good, may like a game or not. But the basic tips I'm going to be covering in this video is really the concept of, tilting and raging and kind of researching on your own, looking at what the old players did and what you can incorporate into your game from those old players. So first I'm going to be talking about like tilting and raging and stuff. And if you guys don't know what like going on tilt is, oh, you're raging. It's like when you're playing a video game and some guy kills you like 2 or 3 times and you die. And that's extremely frustrating. Like you'll die the often most dumbest ways, or you'll get shot around a corner, which happens to me a lot, honestly, and that's what kind of frustrates me. But you die the dumbest ways and stuff like that, and you really feel like you shouldn't have died there and stuff like that. Instead of just sitting there raging, which I would do when I was like 12 years old, and that's the reason why I really couldn't get a 50. I was raging so much, I got so frustrated I couldn't even play the game, and it put me on tilt, and I couldn't even play to my fullest ability. So that's why I didn't get 50 for so many years. I was just like, I was good enough, I had the shot for it, but when I go on tilt, man, I just cannot play nearly as good. No one can. No one can play nearly as good if they're just raging and getting mad all the time. So another thing you can do, like, to combat that, instead of just sitting there getting mad, like, oh my gosh, like, this kid's not even good. He's not even good at all, and stuff like that, and just raging and stuff, and raging at your teammates saying, what are you guys doing? And that's another thing. Don't rage at your teammates, guys. Don't be like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? What were you doing? And, like, everyone's doing their own thing on a team. I know Halo's a team game also, but the game does not revolve around one single player on a team. So if you die because you pushed by yourself, that's kind of your fault. Or if you engage in a battle by yourself, it's because it's your fault. And I feel like a lot of people don't really recognize this. They always blame their teammates or take the easy way out, and that's really not the way to do it. I used to do this a lot too. So I'm just kind of learning from my past mistakes too, as I'm speaking this commentary out loud and kind of realizing what I did to get better. But don't blame your teammates, guys. It's not always your teammates' fault. It's most of the time your fault for pushing by yourself. But sometimes you really just have bad teammates. You kind of have to accept that fact, especially if you're searching, solo. But in terms of tilting and raging, instead of like looking at it as an encounter, like, oh man, that guy just rocketed me. He was sitting around a corner like, what a noob, and stuff like that. I mean, we all say that sometimes. Let's be honest here, just joking around or something. But instead of just saying, wow, that guy sucks, he's sitting around a corner, kind of think about that for next time. Like, oh wow, there may be a guy with rockets sitting around here if my team doesn't have rockets, there may be a guy here. So you kind of have to think and predict what the other team is gonna do, and kind of think ahead. Think and predict what they're gonna do. And you could rage because some guy gets some BS melee on you and stuff like that. But everyone has to realize that happens, especially in Halo. Like, BS moments happen. There's gonna be like melees that don't register, shots that don't register, and stuff like that. And especially if you watch the pros, I mean, in a competitive tournament, they'll be completely focused. And if some guy gets a BS snipe on them or something like that, they'll be like, oh, whatever, move on. You gotta move on from that, because if you're just gonna stay stuck in the past on one big kill the guy got on you or something like that, your team's not gonna win. You have to stay calm and composed, and just simply stay focused on the goal, which is winning, regardless of what happens in the game. I really feel like looking at theater mode too after the game, seeing how that guy killed me, really made me learn what to do in the future. And I really feel like that's a really essential beginner step to Halo. Going back in theater and learning from your mistakes and looking, wow, how did I die there? Why did I push there at that time? Where are my teammates at? And it'll really help you get better in the future. And I really recommend you guys do that. That really helped me. I'm still looking at theater mode to this day. You see what I could do better. It's always interesting to see, especially if you look at it from someone else's perspective, like how you encountered them and what you could have done better to become a better Halo player. Like maybe you pushed them too hard. Maybe you were, not as aggressive on him. That guy was one shot right there. That nade hit him or something like that, and you really didn't capitalize on it. So I feel like you should really look in theater mode and look at what you're doing and what you think you could improve on. Like make a notepad. Hey, what can I improve on Halo? Is my shot bad? Maybe I should play more. Maybe I should lower my sensitivity. And maybe you could work on all these things. And I really feel like it really will benefit you as a Halo player as a whole. So that's really the main tilting concepts I want to get across in terms of the video. I really want to also talk about, when you look in the past of the Halo players, like when you look in the history of Halo players. I watch a lot of old MLG films like Halo 2 and Halo 3, Halo 1, all those old Halo MLG clips and stuff like that. And I look at what those older players did with certain weapons and look at how they played the game and try applying it to, how Halo's played now, or whenever I play Halo 2 and 3 on FCC, I try applying the tactics they use, like trick jumps and tips and stuff like that. And you kind of incorporate some of it in Halo 5, because at the end of the day, Halo 5 is still a Halo game. Halo 5, to its core, is a Halo game. It's a different type of Halo game. So I really recommend looking at old players and seeing what they do with the sniper. What do they do when they get the rockets? Where do they try? What people do they try engaging? What people do they back off of? And kind of analyze and look at how they play. That goes for anyone better than you at the game. You can watch anyone's films and just be like, wow, look what this guy does. What can I do? What can I take from his game and put into my game? Personally, for myself, I watched a lot of Snipe Down when I was younger, and I watched a lot of Cloud. I watched Ogre too. I watched a lot of these like pros and stuff, and I looked at, hey, what are these guys doing? That can make me better at the game. And I noticed like these trick jumps and stuff that they did, and where they aimed specifically on the body, the sensitivity. I really feel like sensitivity is not too much of a big deal. As long as you're within, like, in my opinion, 2 to 7, I think that's a really good range of sensitivity. It all depends on the player, but I feel like what the pro sensitivity was at was good for me too. So, but just look at what they do, and you really can get so much better at the game. I know it's such a weird thing, but if you watch someone do something, because Halo's such a visual based game, obviously it's like you're looking at it. Especially if you're a visual learner, it'll help you a lot more than just someone telling you it. But if you watch a lot of old like MLG films of Halo 3 and stuff, it'll make you a much better player over time. So I hope you guys enjoyed that first video I have on this channel. That's really the bare basic tips I could give you guys. Next episode, I'll probably give you guys more concrete tips on what to do actually in game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm out. I was never right for the hero.